Guys, welcome to another class on Benco Institute. On today's class, we are going to be sizing the solar panels and batteries for this particular barbing saloon, otherwise known as a hair salon. So we'll be doing the solar energy system for this saloon, and the best thing to do is to show you around the salon so you have an idea how the salon looks like, and then let's just show you some of the things we'll be powering in this salon. Among the things we'll be powering in this salon includes the fans, includes the lighting points, the sterilizers, the towel warmer, and that is it. So stay with us, guys, as we size the solar panels and the batteries together.
How do we size the batteries and solar panel we'll be needing for this hair salon? For those that are into solar energy system, you will well agree with me that without sizing, you won't get a solar energy system that will be efficient for you. However, you will hear from some installers that they'll tell you for a 2-bedroom apartment, you need 4 batteries and so number of panels. They don't even go deep down into sizing your various appliances. And how will it be efficient? That's why you see people say, I did a solar system and it goes off around 2 a.m. in the night. What happens? There was no proper planning and sizing. On this note, I introduced to you how many batteries and solar panels do I need for a hair salon. There's a particular hair salon we had access to, and we'll be doing a solar system for them. Now, we went to the hair salon and we brought out the different appliances that the hair salon has. And these appliances include the bulb, the TV, the decoder, clippers, fans, sterilizers, and towel warmer. This would help us form the load analysis table. As of course we know, without the load analysis table, we can't get an efficient energy system, right? So this is the load analysis table. In the table, we have appliances, we have power, we have quantity, we have total power, we have duration, we have energy. What does this mean? We outline the appliances we'll be needing. We get the individual power ratings of these appliances. We get the number of the power. We get the number of the appliances we'll be using it to power, and of course, we calculate for the total power, and then we get how many hours these individual appliances will be running. How many hours will our solar energy system power these individual appliances? And of course, from this whole calculation, we get the energy. We get the energy consumption of that individual appliances. Is that understood? Now, we have the bulbs. We have the TV, we have the decoder, we have the clippers, we have the fan sterilizers, and towel warmer. The power rating of the bulb is 9 watts. We opted for a low energy bulb because we felt it's going to be the best. It's not going to overwork our system. It's not going to consume much energy. And as such, with low energy consumption bulb, the system can last. And of course, you don't have to spend more because you didn't get the 100 watts bulb or what have you. Hope that is clear. If you have watched to this particular point, please, I bid you to do well and subscribe and tell us where you are watching us from. Okay? Beyond solar energy system, we'll talk about small engines and what have you. So let's continue. So we have the TV set. The TV set is a flat screen TV set, lead flat screen TV set, about 40 watts. And we have decoders. The decoder is 40 watts. We have the clippers. The clipper is a Schauber clipper. For those that know Schauber clipper, you can go confirm via Google. These clippers are rated 15 watts. And of course, we have the fan. The fan is said to be 60 watts. We have the sterilizers. The sterilizers are basically to sterilize the clipper, comb, and some other appliances, some other tools they use in the salon. And we have the towel warmer. Now we've gotten the power ratings of these individual elements, of these individual appliances. How many of them do we have in the salon? For big salon, you could have as much as 30 bulbs. Okay, but for this particular salon, we are making do with 6 bulbs. Okay, 6 bulbs. For the TV, we have just one TV like you saw earlier. Decoder, just one. Clippers, we have 4 pieces of them. For the fan, we have just one fan. The sterilizers, just one. And the towel warmer, just one. Now we've been able to get the quantity, the power of these various appliances. How do we get the total power? Total power is individual power of the appliance times the quantity. For this, we have 9 bulbs times the quantity, which is 6, will give us 54. You can confirm that with your calculator. And of course, for the TV set, we have 40 watt TV times 1. We have just one piece like you saw in the video, and that's 40. We have decoder 40 times 1, 40. Same applies to clippers, 60, 60, 12, 200 watts. 200 times 1 give us 200 watts. Now, here is where everything matters, the duration. How long are we going to be using these individual appliances in the salon? How long do we need this appliance to be on in the salon? For the bulbs, we'll be looking at 12 hours. Okay, salon opens by 8 and closed by 8. 8 a.m. in the morning, closed by 8 p.m. in the night. So we're looking at 12 hours. That is to say the bulbs will be continuously on for 12 hours. Albeit, this is not possible because at some point it will go off. Is that understood? But then again, it is better we put the 12 hours because that is what we think should be happening. Okay, so we have 12 hours here. How long will the TV set be on? 8 hours. It's not always on. Like they told me, it's not always on. So we factor 8 hours. Decoder, 8 hours. Clippers for 6 hours. I know you would tell me, why did I factor 6 hours instead of 12 hours? Knowing fully well there is a salon and clippers must be working. The truth about this is the clippers are rechargeable. You can charge them for about 2 hours and use them for more than 4 hours. Okay, so for here, sizing and putting 6 hours here, it's totally good. In fact, it is even oversized, but it's best because when you charge and cut people's hair with it, you can recharge under that span of 6 hours. That said, we have fan runs for 6 hours. We have sterilizers run for 6 hours too, and then we have the hair warmer run for 4 hours. This is how the sterilizers work. You sterilize a clipper and put it off. It is not continuously on. You sterilize and put off. Same with the hair warmer. You warm your towels, heat it to 100 degrees Celsius, or as the Celsius is stated on the system, temperature stated on the system. You heat it to that particular temperature. When it's very hot, you let it be, you put it off. That is how it works. Some of them have thermostat, they go off on their own. So factoring 4 hours in a 12-hour span is totally good. Now, we've gotten all this, right? It now boils down to what energy will these individual elements be consuming every day. Bulbs, 6, total power 54, duration 12. We have to multiply total power by duration. So total power times duration gives us the energy. 54 times 12, we have 648. 40 times 8, we have this. We have this. 60 times 6, 360. 60 times 6 again, 360. 12 times 6, 772. And 200 times 4, 800. Now, we have successfully gotten the energy consumption in the salon every day. Now, take cognizance of this value. We'll be needing it in sizing the solar panels, and we'll also be needing it in the batteries. So from the node analysis table, we're able to get energy consumption as 2,880 watt hour. Okay, now how do we get the solar panel ratings? The two factors to really consider when sizing for solar panel are the daily energy consumption and the sun peak hours. But from the last calculation, we are able to get this as daily energy as 2880 watt hour. Right? Now, what is our sun peak hours? Sun peak hours is for different environments, for different geographical location, is not the same. Okay? In this part of the world where I reside, our sun peak hour is 5 hours. In Kenya, it is 5 hours. In some other places, it could be 3.5 hours, it could be 4.5 hours, 4 hours, as the case may be. This is when the sun is at its maximum. Okay, this is when the sun is at its maximum. 11 a.m. you would agree with me, there could be sun, or is it at its maximum? Obviously not. By 3 p.m., 2 p.m., you would agree with me, sun are usually maximum. Sun intensity is usually maximum at that point. So for this part of the world, we have our sun peak hours as 5 hours. So we rightly state it here, sun peak hours, 5 hours. Okay, these two values have been gotten. What we need to do now is to use the formula to get our solar panel ratings. And what is that formula? This is it. Daily energy consumption over sun peak hours. Originally, this is the formula. Daily energy consumption over sun peak hours. So if we do this, we are supposed to get a particular value. But that is not the case because we are going to factor in efficiency. There are cases where the panel will not be 100% efficient. There are cases where there will be losses along the line. Okay, and that is why we multiply by a factor of 1.3. If all things were being equal, we will use just this formula. But knowing fully well that there could be lapses in terms of efficiencies and what have you, and some other temperature conditions that are beyond our power, we multiply by 1.3. So what do we have here now? We have sun peak hours, total energy as 2880 watt hour over sun peak hours, which is 5 hours. Okay, times 1.3. What do we do? This hour will cancel this hour, and we have 2880 over 5 times 1.3. What we have here now will be 2880 divided by 576 times 1.3. So what we have here now is 748.8 watts. Having this, we've gotten our solar panel ratings as 748.8 watts. So the cumulative of all the panels we have on our roof is this value. So let's just approximate it to 750 watts. The cumulative of all the panels we have on our roof is 750 watts. Is that understood? Now, we cannot see, or most times, I don't know if it's available, but I have not seen a single panel at 750 watts. Hence, that is why we have other smaller panels and what have you. So, if we are to divide this, we'll go to the market, what panels we'll be using. We can see panels of 250 watts. We can see panels of 300 watts. So 250 watts over this will give us 3. Is that understood? So on our roof we have 3 panels. 3 panels will be enough for our energy consumption. Some persons would say, okay, the price of 250 watts panel and 300 watts panel is almost same. As a matter of fact, sometimes it's the same. They will decide to go for a 300 watts panel. That is equally good as well. I would even prefer you go for a 300 watts panel because it will give you leverage over a smaller 250 watts panel. Okay, so as it looks now, you can go for 250 watts panel directly from our calculation, or you can up it a little to 300 watts panel, which will also be approximately 3 panels. So you may need 250 watts panel, 3 pieces on your roof, or you will need 300 watts panel, 3 pieces on your roof. 300 watts panel, 3 pieces on your roof will give you 900 watts. Okay, so it all boils down to you. All right, we've gotten this. We've been able to solve this solar panel. Next up is solve battery. For this I would want you to pay much attention because we are going to be solving for lithium batteries and for tubular or gel batteries. I hope you understand. These calculations are almost the same, but they differ a little bit. So just pay attention. And if you haven't subscribed, I bid you to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, because more contents like this will definitely be up and we'll be teaching you to the best of our abilities. So guys, up next, battery. Again, there are some various factors we will need for sizing our batteries. And top of our list is the energy consumption. That is why I said, without the load analysis table, every other thing you'll be doing as a renewable expert or a solar installation expert is based on assumptions. You need that table to properly guide you. And that table has guided us multiple times in sizing. It has sized the solar panels and now is about to help us size the battery. So total energy consumption, it's 2880 watts hour. Okay? Remember I said we are doing two things in this. We are sizing for lithium batteries and we'll size for gel or tubular. Okay, let's say tubular battery. Let's size for tubular battery. So let's size for lithium batteries first. Okay? Now, the depth of discharge for lithium batteries is 90%. I overheard someone saying 95% the other day, but however, over time with my research and everything, my installations and everything, I've always known depth of discharge for lithium batteries is 90%. What this means actually is this: you can discharge to 1/10 of the battery life, of the battery capacity. It's more like you can use 90% of the battery. For tubular batteries, it's not that way. Tubular batteries, you can only discharge 50%. That means the usable battery life of a tubular battery, no matter the rating, is just 50%. But for lithium batteries, it's 90%. Is that understood? I hope it is understood. So you can discharge to 90%, hence giving us depth of discharge at 90%. Battery efficiency for lithium batteries, okay, battery efficiency for lithium battery is 95%. Tubular battery doesn't have this efficiency, okay, it's 95%. And then the system voltage is always in line with what you are doing. Okay. The system voltage is basically, before an installation takes place, there's already a system voltage you want. Okay, so most likely when you are getting a battery, lithium battery, the system voltage is put into consideration. So you may not need this calculation. But however, because our system voltage, general system voltage for this system is 24 volts. However, we may not even need it in the calculation. You will see why. So these are the various factors we have. Now, of course, for everything you do, there's a formula. Nothing comes out of the blues. There's always a formula. So the formula for battery capacity, let me call it battery bank capacity, BBC, is total energy consumption over depth of discharge times system times battery efficiency times battery efficiency. I'm coming. Times battery efficiency times days of autonomy. Okay, I would have written this here, days of autonomy, as part of the factors. But for days of autonomy in this particular calculation, it is actually 1. Let me explain what days of autonomy means. Days of autonomy means a point where there is no sunshine at all. How long can your battery go? This mostly is necessary in freezing regions where there is no sunlight and when you are off-grid completely. This particular system is not off-grid completely. So if for some reason, which is highly unlikely, that there is no sunlight and perhaps the battery is weak, you can simply use your generators. However, if we need a system where it can last for days, even when there is no sunlight or what have you, we can put a factor here. We can put a value here. Days of autonomy as 2, days of autonomy as 3. That means for 3 days, even if there is no sunlight, even if the system is very low, the system can work in that 3 days. As a matter of fact, the general rule for days of autonomy for off-grid system is 3 days. But this is not a total off-grid system. It's tied with the grid. The grid works and the system works. Is that understood? So for this is the general calculation. But now our days of autonomy is 1, meaning we are just particular about that single day. Total energy consumption equals to 2880 watt hour over depth of discharge 90%, 0.9 times 0.95. Okay, so what do we have here? We have we have 2880 over 0.855 equal, remember I said this is 1, right? Okay. So guys, this is what we have: 338.23 watts hour. Okay, so for this particular system, we'll be needing a lithium battery of this capacity. We'll be needing a lithium battery of this capacity. So if we go to the market, all we need to tell them is, I need a lithium battery of this capacity. Of course, you can't find this capacity in the market. The capacities you find are either 4 kilowatt hour, 5 kilowatt hour, and the rest. Okay, so you would either have a choice of picking this or this. So for this, you can choose a 4 kilowatt hour battery or a 5 kilowatt hour battery. So we've gotten this for lithium battery. Up next, we calculate for what the tubular battery ratings will be needing. For some people, they will say this is very, very expensive. I need to go for tubular battery. So stay with us. That's the calculation next. All right, guys, let's get that for tubular batteries. We've done that for lithium batteries already. Let's get that for tubular batteries. So there are a lot of changes we'll have to effect on this. First of all, we'll effect the depth of discharge. The depth of discharge for tubular batteries, some are 50%, some are 70%, some are 80%. But I'm going to use the one for 50% because that's the most common. So we have 50% for depth of discharge. Battery efficiency for tubular batteries is usually 85%, some 80%. So I'm going to use the one for 85%. Let's use the one for 85%, okay? 85%. And then, of course, our system voltage, which is constant K, because that is the system voltage the entire system needs. So now this is the formula we used for lithium batteries, right? But there's going to be a tweak to this formula. The tweak is here, times system voltage. The reason we didn't add this to our previous calculation for lithium batteries is because lithium batteries are usually rated in watt hour. They are usually rated in WH. In some cases, WHR. So you can see any battery and you see any of these values, you understand what it means. Why for tubular it is rated AH. In rare cases, AHR. Okay, so that is why we didn't add the voltage, because if we were to divide with this system voltage, we'll basically be calculating for tubular batteries. Okay, so that is it. Let's continue. Total energy consumption 2880 over depth of discharge 50%, that's 0.5 times battery efficiency 85, that's 0.85. For those that don't know, it is 85 over 100, 0.85. Hope that's clear. So that's how I got these values. And then our system voltage is times 24. Okay? And then our days of autonomy yet again is 1. Now, this is 0.5 times 0.85 times 24. This will give us 2880 over 10.2. Okay, so this is what we have. So guys, we have 282.35 amp hour. Okay, this is what we have. So if you need a tubular battery, this is the rating of tubular battery you need. Remember I said for lithium they are rated watt hour, and then for this tubular they are rated at amp hour. So we needed to make the calculation in terms of our amp hour. Now if you go to the market, you tell them I need this at 24 volts. Remember the system voltage is 24 volts. Okay, I need this at 24 volts. Guess what? You won't find it. It's not possible. Even though I would like us to make this 285 amp hour so that the digits will look okay, you still won't find something like this. As a matter of fact, the batteries you will see in the market for tubular batteries are usually 150 amp hour at 12 volts, 220 amp hour at 12 volts, and 240 amp hour at 12 volts. Now the onus is now on you to combine these batteries to get this, and of course that is where it looks tricky for some people. Oh, I should have written this out. 285 amp hour at 24 volts, right? This is what we need, right? Okay, so if we are to combine batteries, how do we do it? You will know in some people's houses they combine batteries, and that's why you see a lot of tubular batteries linked together in parallel and in series. Now you to get this, you have to combine batteries in parallel and in series. So let's go with 240 amp hour. So if we need this battery 240 amp hour at 12 volts, it's not up to this, but if we combine this in series, we will get something close to this. Okay, let's combine in series. Let's call this, let's call this 240 amp hour at 12 volts, another 240 amp hour at 12 volts, plus minus plus minus. So this, we use a wire to connect this plus and minus, right? Minus and plus, right? So what we now have now is this. We now have 240 amp hour and 24 volts. And this brings me down to this particular theory you should know. Batteries, when combined in series, increases in voltage but maintain their amp hour or maintain their current. I repeat, batteries when combined in series, means the plus to the minus, maintain their amp hour or their current, and then their voltage increases. So having combined these two tubular batteries in series, we have 240 amp and 24 volts. This is very much close to this, and of course we can use it. But some persons will say, but this is what we have here, 285 amp hour at 24 volts. Why not get to 285 amp hour at 24 volts? This will be a little difficult because if we are to combine again, we will have something like this, plus minus. In series again, 240 amp hour, 12 volt, 240 amp hour, 12 volt. So if we have something like this, we'll now combine in series, then officially do it in parallel. So this and this will be in series, this and this will be in series, then we'll parallel both. Then this is what we'll now have here again. We'll now have, so it's easy for you. Let me make it easy for you so you understand. If we series this, we have this. Then we have at the bottom again 240 amp hour and 24 V. Okay, so we parallel this. We put this together, plus to plus, minus to minus. Now we have 480 amp hour at 24 volts. Now, if you parallel batteries, what you have is the voltage is now constant, but the amp hour or the current increases. That is what is meant by parallel. So when you have something like this 480 amp hour, this is too much for the system. Not like it's in a bad way. You can use it if you have the money, but in our opinion, it's too much. We are trying to conserve cost here. This is too much for the system. This is more like multiplying by 2. This is too much for the system, and then it is advisable we use something like this. So we need 2 tubular batteries. So for this particular system, we need 2 tall tubular batteries of 240 amp hour in series. So guys, hope it's understood. Do you understand? Are you sure? All right, so guys, hope it's understood. You've gotten the battery bank capacity for lithium, and of course we've now gotten the battery bank capacity in tabular. How we good? So if you need a tubular form, all you just need to do is use my calculation and get something like this. We'll be needing 2 batteries of 240 amp hour. But if you want that of lithium, just know that you'll be needing something like 4,000 watt hour. So guys, that is it from us on this class. I hope it is well understood. However, if you don't understand, you can drop your question in the comment section. We'll try our possible best to attend to them all. Okay, we'll be posting more of these videos, hopefully more of them. As a matter of fact, the next video I'll be shooting now is still related to this, something close to this. You will see it on this channel. So to see more of those videos of this channel, do well to subscribe, like, share this video to friends and family. I remain your solar guy and your small energy technician guy. Till we meet in our next class, guys. It's goodbye.